What's up, everybody? We are very happy to be back here for another exclusive Downtown with Dan, our video series that only happens at 317 at Montgomery Street. The name of the restaurant is the name of the location in downtown Syracuse. And, of course, myself, Dan Tortora, here with owner Joel Carpenter. Sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, too. Today, we're going to try a real burger because there's voting that goes on in central and upstate New York. And sometimes we don't understand it. We don't get what the voting is and what's going on, and if people have even tried it. So I'm going to try this 317 Smash Burger, and I'm going to let you know if you need to start grabbing one of those tickets and writing it on the back of it. So I'm excited for that today. You and I were talking off the air about some different things. There's a lot of contracts going on.
Yeah.
And in the world that we live in with Pat Mahomes, $50 million annual on average. We look at Aaron Rodgers' contract, if he still believes he's a Packer, which apparently he doesn't. And then there's the contract that Jalen Hurts just signed an extension, 5-year, $255 million, which isn't $51 million a year as it breaks down, but on average, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then we have Lamar Jackson and the fact that he has not signed an extension yet. And we have Deshaun Watson's for no reason given that makes sense, $230 million fully guaranteed. So. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the quarterback market?
Oh God, it's an interesting piece, right? I mean, Watson put the whole market on its ear, with the Browns just being so hard up to have a quarterback finally, and they just said we're going to give you everything you want.
Bad decision on top of bad decision.
Yeah, and with everything that he was coming off of to give him that amount of money, I mean that's a whole.
Yeah, never made the Super Bowl, never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so it's tough to try and figure out.
Natalie's hands.
Oh, Natalie's hands again. They're squabbling over millions and millions of dollars. Owners have it, but like we were talking about earlier, before we got on, precedent is what I think we're looking at here, right?
Yeah.
Like that contract, $250 million guaranteed. The owners have a ton of money. They could everybody could pay that, but they're not going to. They don't want it to be a precedent and have to have every quarterback from here on out turn around and say, you know what? Okay, I want my contract fully guaranteed.
Right. I want at least $200 million. I want to have this much guaranteed because Jalen Hurts is $255. $179.304 million is guaranteed, but there could be more that comes onto that with incentives and whatnot. So we're living in a world where we're seeing the two highest guaranteed contracts that we've seen of all time. But Deshaun Watson really, like you said, put everything on its head because he doesn't make sense. Hurts makes sense. Right. Pat Mahomes makes sense.
And even Jackson makes sense. He's
not a top five.
He hasn't won a ton of playoff games. Right. He's won an MVP.
Right.
But
he has to stay healthy in order to be a top five quarterback.
I mean he's been dinged up, and I'm sure they're bashing him over the head with that.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't finish the season last year.
We don't have you for the playoffs.
Was he able to finish the season last year, or did he just stay out because he was in a contract spot?
Yeah.
And you got to look at that. If you're getting dinged up every year, you need that security. That's what they want. That's what NFL players look at, the total amount of money of what they're going to get. They don't look at I was just watching a sports show yesterday, and a bunch of the ex-NFL
wake up call. What?
Yeah. But they look at total amount of money that they're going to make. What am I signing?
Yeah.
How much money am I guaranteed?
Yeah.
That's what he's looking for.
Well, because, and I heard this a long time ago on Mike and Mike, and I'm not going to, I always go back to this, Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg saying, and when I was working at ESPN in Scranton on 630, 1240, and 96.1 FM, when Mike Golick said, people seem to not understand this really important thing. And he said this in 2008. He said, whatever money that you hear is the contract is not the contract because it's not a fully guaranteed contract. So 99.9% of the time, $100 million might be 43, might be 62, might be 70, but it's not 100.
Yep.
And I go back to some of those contracts that the Albert Hainsworth contract, down the Mavs contract, where you hear this big money, but it's not necessarily all of that money.
Right.
Deshaun Watson's the only one that's gotten that, which makes no sense. Because if anybody was going to get a fully guaranteed contract as a quarterback, I would have given it to Pat Mahomes.
100%.
So we are where we are, and we are here today to try the 317 Smash Burger. When it came out,
it's the Pat Mahomes of burgers.
It is. It's the fully guaranteed, but it smells The thing is, as soon as Natalie plated this and sat this down, as you were talking, my nose is going, yeah, okay, all right. Because it smells so good.
Yeah.
And I have to say it to you because you guys can't smell it on screen, but I'm going to do my best to describe to you as a broadcaster. We're supposed to make you see things, taste things, know things, maybe even smell them. This smells so good. So describe it as I'm going to attack it.
So we have our own special blend for the patty. It is chuck, filet, and...
Look at that smash.
Oh, boy.
Take that.
Look at that.
Take that. Look at that. Lamar Jackson, this is how you sign a deal. All the Ravens have to do is go, $200 million. No. $200 million plus this. All right. I'll
So
think
the
about
patty's chuck, filet, and ribeye. We also have our garlic aioli on the bottom, which we make in-house. Also house pickles. And then maple bacon, which we put on there too.
We got to keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep eating.
I mean, the whole goal with the burger, I mean, I love burgers. I could eat a burger every single day of my life.
Wow.
Obviously, it looks like I've had plenty of burgers in my day. But I just love a burger that you just saw it. I want it to run down your face. I want it to be juicy, and I want it to be flavorful.
Yeah.
I want it to beat you over the head and be like, that is one
That's
of the
a
best
burger.
burgers I've ever had.
That's
right?
a burger.
And that's why, you know.
This is a burger I would pay overpriced for in an airport. I would. This maple bacon is what I smelled when it
Right.
came out. That's what I smelled.
Yep. Adds a little sweetness to it. You have
yeah.
the, you know, the aioli that has the garlic in there. Little known thing kind of in the culinary world. When you're making a burger or putting a tomato on anything, a lot of people don't do this. Salt it. Salt and pepper on the actual tomato will bring out the flavor of the tomato in that burger. Or sandwich, whatever you're putting it on.
And you know what? To your point, when I get a burger with the lettuce, tomato, and all the stuff on it, I typically open it up and put salt and pepper on because nobody does it like you said.
Yep.
That maple bacon, you know, like I like my sweet and savory. I could smell that.
I could smell it when she started walking out.
Yeah, as soon as she put it down, I was like, "There's got to be some type of maple on here." But this burger is good. This is a fantastic burger. And where is the voting? Where's the voting?
I don't know.
Can we vote now?
Gotta start here. Yeah, right.
Who's been paid to vote incorrectly? That's what I want to know.
That ship sailed this year. We'll look at next year.
And that's for burger. What's the?
There's a council. I think it's the beef council that they're actually in the second round, or I think it's the second round right now of best burger, and I think it's.
So who is
upstate
voting
New
this year?
York.
A vegan?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
This is good. You said house-made pickles.
Yes.
So tell me how you're doing these pickles.
It's a family secret, meaning it's my secret.
Okay.
You know, I have my own brine that I make up, and
They're good.
you know, I take a pickle day and just make pickles all day.
It's the pickle. See, the thing about this is there's so much flavor. You got tomatoes got its own flavor. The maple bacon has its flavor. The aioli has its flavor. And then the pickles have their own unique, distinct flavor. And since I was a little kid, I always, like, if somebody didn't want their pickles, I'd take them right off the dish.
Yeah.
So I love to have, like, a good, like, you got them cut up here and just thrown in. I'm going to say it again. This is a burger that I would go. I would literally, when you're at the airport and you know, like, a $5 burger costs like $17. I just went to New York City, went through LaGuardia, and paid $20 for a burger, $23 for a burger. That burger could not even be on the menu at a fast food joint.
Yeah.
But this burger, this is a $17 burger.
Yeah.
Right here.
Doesn't cost $17. It's $15 actually. If you're looking at the menu.
But
You
could
pay
charge
$17. Yeah.
You could charge it. Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how much I like these fries. I don't even have to talk about fries. But that maple bacon, it gives me a little breakfast feel. I love my breakfast.
Gives you a little sweetness in there because you get the pickles that are going to have that brine in us.
It is
kinda cut through the
inappropriate
fat.
how many flavors are in here.
Yeah.
Inappropriate right here. This is good. No, the maple bacon, I'm going to keep going back to that because I love that. I love the sweetness of it. I don't even like bacon anymore. If I look on the menu, I want maple bacon.
Yeah, there you go. I thought you were saying you don't like bacon anymore. I was like,
No,
what the
no.
hell is going on here?
Oh, no. That's anarchy we're talking about here.
That's
I
madness.
love bacon. I'm convinced that if you have any vegetarian or vegan eat bacon, they'll change their mind.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong
No,
with
there's
vegetarianism.
not at all.
Love it. Come on in, we have vegetarian
You have
dishes.
vegetarian
We
dishes,
do.
you have vegan dishes, you have a ton of great stuff here. So you have you appeal to everybody.
Try to.
I'm just
Try
speaking from a meat-eating human.
Yeah.
But
Meat and potatoes, man.
I got a. This burger's. I think this is the fastest I've eaten anything on downtown with Dan.
Well, we usually do like multiple entrees, right? So,
Yeah.
you kind of save yourself, but we're just doing the one this time.
I'm attacking.
We're
this.
letting the burger speak for itself.
Yeah, I haven't had much to say because I'm eating.
Yeah.
I mean that's how it is.
It's rare.
So, what made you want to have your own burger creation? Because your menu is such an eclectic group of food from all different walks of life.
Yeah, I'm a sandwich guy. I love creating sandwiches. I already stated that I love burgers. I could eat a burger every single day of my life.
Yeah.
I don't, but I just love a good burger. I think there's something really special about throwing a beef patty in between, two buns and creating something special out of that. And if you use great ingredients like we've talked about before,
Yeah.
you don't have to do a million different things, right? Yes, there's a tomato, there's aioli that we make, there's pickles, but
Yeah.
they're basic flavors. But if you do them right,
Yeah.
it's memorable.
And it's like, what's in the aioli? Can't tell you. What's in the pickles?
That's
Can't
right.
tell you.
You got to come and try it. You get it here, right?
But it's so good. Once again, I mean, can we do early voting?
Yeah.
Are there absentee ballots? What can we do here?
The old write-in.
Oh, yeah.
You can be 2 weeks late, right?
This is very good. Look at it. It's almost gone.
And there it is.
That's good.
Thanks, man.
We did some work on that one.
Yeah.
That's a good burger. So basically everything I've had on the menu I've liked.
Yeah.
So
We're batting 1,000 right now.
you are.
Batting 1,000.
And that's why I call it my 5-star Michelin restaurant
Yeah.
in Syracuse, New York. So, right, I gotta let the bacon have that last. The bacon hit me at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
now we're good. So, I'm a firm believer that if Baltimore, Maryland had the 317 Smash Burger, Lamar would have signed 3 months ago.
Yeah. Maybe I should call him up.
Yeah. Well, you want to. Well, you have Chicago. You have Chicago. You have
Yeah.
Justin Fields. Do you like Justin Fields?
I love Justin Fields.
Okay. I didn't want Justin Fields. I wanted Trevor Lawrence.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Between the two.
Yeah. You know what? We'll see in 5 to 7 years of how that pans out. I think they're both going to be really good. You know what I mean? Like, I think what Chicago's doing and, kind of building around him, they got to get a little more line help.
Yeah.
Have him not run for his life every single time he gets the ball.
I said the Bears have arguably the best roster I've seen offensively in many years.
Yeah, they're
Actually,
finally
really like
putting-
the roster.
They're finally putting it together, So hopefully, they can add to the line and add to the defensive line. I mean, it all starts in the trenches with the NFL anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you need to protect the quarterback and you need to get to the quarterback. That's what you got to do.
Aaron, figure out what you're doing. Lamar in Baltimore.
Aaron, you can go away. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm sick and tired of dealing with the Packers and every quarterback that they get. I have to deal with them for 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can they just have a bad quarterback for like a couple of years? That would be great. I would really enjoy that.
Well, I do want to mention that I believe I think Mark Brunell was a former Packer,
He was.
And-
He was behind Favre.
came to Jacksonville, and that was okay with me too.
You guys went to the
AFC Championship
AFC
twice.
Championship. That's right.
So, beat John Elway.
Yeah.
Had some fun. So this was fantastic. Come and get the 317 Smash Burger at 317 at Montgomery Street. The name of the restaurant is the name of the location in downtown Syracuse. They have had a fantastic response from the community. We hope that continues, and I know that it will, because number one, first and foremost, great people in our community care and live in this community and do so much outside of just making food. And on top of that, the food's great, the experience is great, and I'm doing this because he responded to my show the wrong way. So we're going to end the show with the Raptors hat on and same colors.
They both got the certificate of participation this year, so who really cares?
Yeah, everybody gets a trophy.
That's
so,
right. That's right.
Yeah, my Raptors are going to be looking for hopefully at least 2 people in free agency. Some big names out there. We'll see what happens. But this is a big name in and of itself. 317 Smash Burger at 317 at Montgomery Street. Come out and try it. I'm going to shut this off so I can eat the rest of my fries, but my burger is gone. and that was my record time.
Yeah, it was. You house that thing.
Yeah. The 317 Smash Burger. We smashed it.
We're all winners, buddy.
Appreciate it. Joel Carpenter, myself, Dan Tortora here with Downtown with Dan, exclusively at 317 at Montgomery Street. We'll see you every single month, and we'll see you here very soon, so you can try the 317 Smash Burger yourself and all the great menu items. Make sure that you come in and give them the hours once again, as we are open for lunch, dinner, and drinks.
Yeah, lunch 11:30 to 2, dinner Tuesday through Thursday 11:30 or 5 to 8. Jesus, can't even remember. And then the weekends 5 to 9.
5 to 9. So make sure you come in here for lunch and dinner, drinks, and of course, always drink responsibly. This has been another edition of Downtown with Dan. Lamar, I got my
Get a
deal.
burger, yeah.
My deal's done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Let's get it done. We'll talk with you soon. Be safe, everybody.